Hi, I'm weejohnj. You are watching On Approach, episode 17.
63, climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, Zephyr 63.
63, contact the New York Center 128.3.
28-3, just with 63 again. Hello, Captain.
On Approach is a weekly flight sim and aviation enthusiast podcast covering the week's top user-submitted stories and news on the SkyLounge.tv. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the SkyLounge's newest host, Mr. weejohnj. Welcome to the family, my man. Welcome to the family. How's your, morning going?
So far, so good.
Yeah, and you are based in?
Glasgow, capital city of the rain, snow, hail, thunder.
Sounds like Norway.
Sounds like Norway. Exactly. All right.
Very much alike.
Yes?
Yeah, Scotland and Norway, very much alike. Vikings, yes.
There are Vikings in Scotland as well?
There are, yes, the Highlanders. Haven't you heard about those?
Oh.
Great Scotsmen.
Yes, they're fierce as the Vikings.
So it is an invasion then. We have an invasion happening here on the lounge. My
That's why we've got
goodness.
a wall. It's a very small wall. It's called
It is.
Hadrian's. It's very small. You can step over it in parts.
Welcoming our hosts from the top. Right below me, we've got Mr. Mark, a.k.a. Spark Smudge.
Hello there, ladies and jelly spoons.
And we've got Mr. Brian, a.k.a. B. Crawley, 57.
Good morning, everyone.
You've met Mr. John, a.k.a. Wee John. We've got Mr. Keven, a.k.a. Live Sparks.
Hello.
Hello, sir. You're going on 24 hours awake, is that right?
Well, I just slept like 2-3 hours.
Perfect. We'll call on you for every story first, okay?
I'll sleep at the end.
Mr. Pear, a.k.a. Pear On.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm waiting for the end of the sentence. Was there more? Ladies and gentlemen. No, that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes.
Okay, good.
You have to
Good.
introduce yourself.
You're very direct.
I am, yes. I am.
See? And last but definitely not least, he's just cracking up, bro. Okay. Last but definitely not least, Mr. Noodle. What's up, Mr. Oh, sorry. Mr. Ken. Mr. Ken, a.k.a. MyNoodleIsCaramel.
Hello.
Hello. All right, so we've got probably the busiest week of news that we've had in a long time. I could remember back when we were single digits on Approach, we had a week like this, and we were able to make it through in just over an hour. We'll see if we can nail it in an hour this time. We got a mic breather, and I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm trying to isolate. There we go. From the top, Carenado makes a statement regarding X-Plane 11 compatibility. For this one, we'll let this one posted by Mr. Noodle. We'll let Mr. Sparks take the lead on this, since I think he has a really good grasp as to what they're saying.
Yeah, it can be a little bit confusing for some people, and if you read it through carefully, it's very, very simple to understand. Now, X-Plane 10 and X-Plane 11 are, although they're the same sim, they have new techniques in X-Plane 11 on how the aircrafts are rendered and the lighting and effects and stuff affect them. So what Carenado has said, their planes from the last 6 months, which is from the beginning of this period, so this 6-month period, which covers the Seneca 5 and the Aero Strike Commander. Only those two planes will be free upgrades to X-Plane 11 if you already own them for X-Plane 10. And then it says, this is where it gets complicated. But from now, any plane they develop from now to the end of 2017 will be provided with a dual installer for both X-Plane and X-Plane 11. All products prior to 6 months ago, anything from 6 months ago, anything before that will be updated to X-Plane 11, but you will be buying them again as a new product.
Gotcha. So the rest of the fleet will be redone for X-Plane 11 and sold as new, meaning you're paying
New.
full price, right? That's going to be a new product.
Yes, but that is X-Plane 11. So all that old stuff is going to be X-Plane 11, apart from the last 6 months. So from the Seneca 5 and the Strike Commander going forward, will be dual installers.
So it seems like it's kind of combined good news.
Any of their new planes will be dual installers, but their older fleet, as I said, they still work in X-Plane 11, they just won't have the fancy effects and stuff. So the X-Plane 10 planes will work in 11, they just won't have the X-Plane 11 advances unless you buy the X-Plane 11 specific one.
Gotcha. For the X-Planers here, any thoughts, guys, on this? How does this make you feel? Go ahead, Mr. Pear. Go ahead, Mr. Pear.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I feel bad. I feel bad because I own the whole complete fleet of Carenado aircrafts for X-Plane 10. So they're basically telling me I have to buy every single plane. Excuse me, that was a bad word.
Don't worry, I'll bleep you out.
Yeah, good. So I have to buy all of these aircrafts again, yeah? I don't like it. I absolutely don't like it. And they will still work in X-Plane 11, yeah?
They will still work. The X-Plane 10 planes will work in 11. You just won't have the updated graphics and lighting effects, etc., etc.
The new engine model, the new tire model, everything. So basically those planes will be absolutely unusable in X-Plane 11.
Yeah, it seems like that little nugget of information is...
As it says at the bottom, while our current X-Plane fleet will work in X-Plane 11, they will not take advantage of the X-Plane specific features and systems.
Pear, do you think that that's like they're trying to sell you? Do you think that there's a chance that it actually will be just fine, but they're saying that to make it seem like you have to buy a new product?
I am not happy. I'm not happy at all. I have to buy it. If I have to spend a full pricing on a product I have already bought, I'm not happy at all. That's money grabbing.
I'm the same because I've got their Caravan. I've got their Caravan and a couple of other planes from them. I've got the VTOL. They're not going to be updated. I'm going to have to rebuy those if I want to use them in X-Plane 11 with the new features.
Yes,
I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to use the X-Plane 10 versions.
Yes. But wouldn't it be a good idea to have like an upgrade fee?
Yes, it would be. I would prefer to pay, an extra $15 to upgrade to 11. Yeah, I agree with Mr. Pear.
So it's seeming like the folks are. Well, I don't know if this is not a Carenado answer, but overall the tone seems to be just kind of money grabbing, pure and simple, not even bother to answer questions. It seems like somewhere in here there are more comments and Carenado was just replying with a canned response over and over. I haven't come across it yet, but it seems like, oh, there you go. Yeah, so they're pasting that that please note, while they will work, they won't work, so you should buy the new version. That seems kind of salesy to me, kind of like we should say this so that they should buy the new one.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Noodle?
It'll work.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I think it is garbage. This is a horrible move by them. I think this is really going to sink a bit of their fan base. I'm a little disappointed as well. I have a few aircraft as well for X-Plane. the smart thing for them to do is charge a small update fee. And I also think it's garbage that they're saying the past 6 months, which only covers 2 aircraft. That's crap. And they're you know, it would make more sense if they said maybe the past year you would get a free one. But in the past 6 months, there's only been 2 planes, i.e. the 2 planes that came out during this release. So shame on them. I think they are going to have one heck of a lashback on the community and those who have been extremely supportive, people such as Pear, who have everything. Right. So fault on them. Let's just hope that down the road that they change their minds, because obviously the community is firing off at this point.
Yeah, they definitely.
By using all this money that I have done, you know, I have every aircraft I ever done for X-Plane 10. And I do feel as a customer neglected, totally neglected when it comes to this new stuff they are doing for X-Plane 11. Porting over, they don't even have to port over anything. All the models, it is already done. All they have to do is implement the systems, get into the new fancy stuff for the graphics, and do the tire mode and the engine mode. That's why should I buy the product, you know, for full price again when I already own it, you know? The model is already there.
Yeah,
so
you're definitely not alone. You're definitely not alone with those thoughts, man. The internet, as you saw, those responses were on fire over on their Facebook. So we'll see if the people are heard, man. All right, moving on. Next topic.
Hopefully they'll change in the future.
Yeah, I hope so. Moving on. Next topic. We've got EFASS NG submitted by Mr. Pear. Will you lead us in on this, Mr. Pear? Yeah. This was a hot topic of discussion last week's show. Yes, it was maps.
Yes. So this is basically a new flight planner that's coming very soon. It has it's a very good flight. I'm using this flight planner. This is my go-to flight planner actually. It supports P3D, it supports FSX, it supports X-Plane, everything in one place. So you basically have a flight planner which is very customizable in the way it works. You have moving maps, basically a whole suite as an electronic flight pack. So I don't want to delve too deeply into this flight planner, but there is a free trial of it, and you could check it out right now if you want.
I tried that. I tried that, Mr. Pear, and it said my trial period had finished. I'd obviously tried EFASS before.
Oh, yeah. If you own EFASS, for previous customers who own their old flight planner version 1, this is a free upgrade to those customers.
Cool. Well, that's a really good recommendation. So, you know, basically, if you know what an electronic flight bag is, we don't need to get into the details too much. Go and check this one out.
Yeah, and also, as a last point, this runs off network as well, so you could put it anywhere you like.
Oh, that's nice. So it can be on a separate PC.
Yes.
Do you know the price range?
I don't recall the price on it. I really don't, because it's been so long since I bought. Ticket was like $30 or so. Something. Yeah,
it was like $35.
I hope they work on their website a little bit, because I'm sad that I don't even find screenshots anywhere. just show me some screenshots. All right, moving on. Next topic, we've got high definition environment. That's the HDE sky textures 2.1 for FSX and P3D new release. This one submitted by Mr. Canuckshaw. Do we have any users of this freeware pack?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, well.
Actually, I've been using it. I've since switched to a custom set of cloud that I built on a software that was made for FSX. and I kept those texture files. But I used to use those clouds because none of the others matched what they did for free.
So
It's
this is
very nice.
cloud textures and sky textures, or just sky textures?
Yeah, sky textures and cloud textures.
Oh, okay.
The Cirrus clouds are insane in this
Yeah?
pack. And I think I kept those and merged it into it. It's like part of my cloud pack that I have just for the Cirrus clouds.
Look at those clouds.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a ground texture.
Oh, it's a ground texture too?
Yeah.
Well,
The
all
grass.
right. Wow, that's actually a really nice grass texture.
Yeah, it's 4K.
Wow. Wait, so is this work with replacing like ORBX grass textures?
Yeah, everything that's ground in the sim.
Anything that's ground. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are some nice clouds, man. Looks a little bit painted for me in some places. This looks like a little bit painted, you know? Not very fluffy or soft, more like brush strokes.
Yeah.
It's a cool pack.
That's what
And
FS
free.
2004 used to look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, for free you can't go wrong. For those people who can't afford, Rex 4 textures of soft clouds or anything, this would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get your sim up to a good standard for free.
So this is available over at Riku. So head over there. Thank you, Mr. Canuckshaw, for that post. Moving on, next topic. Ooh, it's time for some eye candy. This one submitted by me, P3D, PMDG, DC6 beta features and cockpit tour. So this was posted during the week on YouTube by a beta tester. Gonna full screen this over and kind of look through this a little bit. We've seen the model for X-Plane. This now is in the P3D environment. Do you own this one by any chance, Pear, or any of the X-Plane guys own this in X-Plane?
No, I do want it.
I haven't bought it yet. At the top of the month, I should have it. Yeah.
Wow. So
I don't know why, but looking at it, I feel like it looks. There's something about it that looks better in P3D. I can't put my finger on what. Is it sharper? What is it? But I feel like it looks better.
To me, it's the color palette. But looking at this shot and other shots that are available for X-Plane, to me, is too bright. It's way too bright. It does not look. It just doesn't seem right. If you just, have a look at the X-Plane versions of it and static shots like this, where it's the company livery on there. To me, this is just bright. It doesn't seem right.
The P3D or the X-Plane version looks
The
too bright.
P3D one. This is just too bright. It's like, let's kick up the brightness a few notches. Let's just make the colors just slap you in the face.
But that's
it's
that's the palette of each individual user too. Like that's going to be this person's PTA or this person's settings in sim, right? Like that's not necessarily reflective of the product. I think reflections are a little bit extreme in X-Plane. Sorry, I love them too, but they're a little bit extreme in X-Plane for me. I see what you mean, Kevin. There's something a little more photographic about this. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint it either, but I don't know. It looks good. It looks like a nice plane to me. I would probably buy this, but however, it's probably going to be ridiculously priced. I don't know. What scares me is that this has been out for X-Plane, and just about every PMDG product that comes out, most serious simmers buy each one that comes out. Not a single person here owns this plane, and it's been out for a very long time. That scares me. Right? What is it about this plane?
Never got around to it. There's nothing wrong with it. There is nothing wrong with it. It's an outstanding bit of work that they did for X-Plane. I personally just did not get around to it. It's been on my list. I just never got around to it. Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong.
Do you think it's going to be more of a hit in P3D than it was in X-Plane?
No, not at all. This is not going to. It will sell, but I don't see it selling an enormous amount of copies. Why? It's a multi-prop. You know, this only caters to those who want a serious challenge. A, they love the old birds. B, and they want the full immersion of having to flip and deal with everything in there. That it caters to the extreme small percentage of flight simmers out there. I do not see this selling a huge amount. I just don't see it.
I think half the problem is it looks very intimidating.
It is. It's supposed to be. It's an old school bird.
It's probably very nice to fly and probably very easy to get going. But it just looks so intimidating, and people just going, don't know about that.
Because you have to fly this. That's the thing. There is nothing, quote, digital about it. This is old school. You have to watch the dials. You have to pay attention to everything. And it doesn't cater to a lot of flight simmers who want point and shoot. So
well, looks like there are definitely some modern avionics in the plane, but no, I get what you're saying, right? Like that's navigational, right? Like, but engine-wise, like you've got to be on this plane. So, do you think, comparing to another developer that kind of built a similar plane but went the route of virtual assistance, do you think that this would be comparable to A2A's Connie if the Connie did not have the entire like virtual engineer and virtual navigator whole thing, you know, helping you out and flipping the switches and prepping everything? Do you think that that bird would be as intimidating as this? Because they're both very heavy, you know, on the monitoring, like you say. Yeah. Right? So, I mean, I feel like the Connie sold really well because they had that. But if it didn't have that, it probably would have been kind of as intimidating as this. So, perhaps PMDG has to consider doing things like that.
Well, yeah, because some people want some easiness. They don't want to do it all. So you have to incorporate some of those things.
But I guess it goes against their style too, right? It's study level.
Yeah,
they like
right.
That.
I think that it would be. I think between the two, this one and the Connie, if you look at the complexity and the amount of things that you have to monitor, if you do not use any of the free automation, I think they'll probably be pretty much on par with each other. I think, but you know, who knows what they're really going to do for this in P3D, because they went, you know, balls out in X-Plane.
Incredible amount of detail. Mr. Weejohn, any thoughts?
The old props have never been an interest to me.
No.
Give me an Airbus or a 737.
and there you go, right there.
That's
and there's
right.
nothing wrong with that. But again, this caters to a small niche to flight simmers, a very small niche.
So the other thing of the toss of the coin is the majority of flight simmers these days are VA based, and not many VAs will have aircrafts of this style.
That's an interesting
point.
point.
Sparky hit the nail on the head. I mean, I would love to be able to fly that. It just totally intimidates me.
Yeah, look at all the switches.
Yeah.
And they're probably all modelled. All the fuses will be modelled as well.
Yeah.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
No PMDG.
And it won't be expensive.
I think they were in X-Plane, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, thanks guys. Moving on, next topic, the Canadair CL215 coming out this week. This one posted by Mr. Canuckshaw. I'm a big fan of these old kind of tanker planes. This one available over at Sim Market now at 21 euros. Great looking little plane.
It had to be posted by a Canadian.
It had to be posted by a Canadian, yeah.
God, who's the pilot?
Oh, the thing is, if they can't model pilots, please don't put them in.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a
hard to
good
say.
point. Yes.
Looked like Max Headroom, didn't it? That was Max Headroom 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a good airplane, though. I'm happy that someone picked it up. It's not that expensive. The systems are very simple.
I'd rather
It's a
have a
very
fantastic
fun airplane.
aircraft. I'd rather have a fantastic aircraft without that guy sitting next to me.
Oh, he's not in the cockpit, so you're fine.
That's true. He's not in there while you're in there.
He's like P2. Yeah,
He only
that's it.
he only appears when you're outside.
Yeah. Look, it's the bestseller on summer.
Oh my
What a shocker.
Category.
What a shocker.
What a shocker. So great.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's a cool plane.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
really
say texture-wise and detail-wise, you know, it's in the Vertavia category, maybe right in
He's
there.
not good at landing either.
Oh, he's scooping, isn't he? Scooping the water.
Is he
Right, if that's
scooping?
modelled, If you can
Ooh.
scoop, if you can scoop,
It
and
is!
load your tank
Oh,
Look at the tank
up,
going
if you can
up!
scoop,
The tank's
Yeah,
going
if
up!
you-
He's scooping!
yeah, he's scooping. If you can scoop and then go and dump it and then scoop again, that is a winner.
He did
Yeah.
scoop. That's awesome. So over on the lounge, last year probably, we did do a lot of fire runs, and we flew a freeware version of this. I'm excited to see a payware version because this actually looks a lot better than the freeware version we used. Oh yeah, okay, and yeah, definitely that texture needs some help, but I will probably be scooping this up. I mean, it's just outside of what I like to call the $20 club at 21 euros, but I think this one's gonna be a go for me.
Mm-hmm.
In
The
this
video was
livery.
made in Corel Draw, so you can't be wrong.
Made in Corel Draw. Oh gosh. So let's see. FSX
3D
and
landing
P3D. Oh, 3D landing lights.
I want to see that.
Eat that, Carenado. Let's
Yeah,
look.
yeah. Carenado would be one I would expect to have this kind of feature.
Yeah. Anything at
No,
night?
no night
It doesn't look
pictures.
too bad. It doesn't actually look too bad. You look at the quality of the gauges and stuff.
No night
lighting is
outside
good.
pictures. Yeah, that is some nice interior lighting. Yeah, cool.
Twin engine, yeah.
Yes. Thank you for that, Mr. Canuck Shaw. Moving on, next topic, the T5 Lightning preview. This, an Aerosoft release brought to you by Miss Ivana Fly. Soon available for you to make lots and lots of virtual noise. I love this aircraft. Seriously, love it. Super Cruise in 1970. This lighting looks amazing. And I doubt this is baked in, so. This looks amazing.
Once again, another great British aircraft comes to the sim.
Was this aircraft very stable to fly? It doesn't look very stable with that wingspan.
Yeah, it was.
Fighter's
This
not
thing.
supposed to be stable, is it?
Oh,
It's
that's
supposed to be
true.
inherently unstable.
And delta wing, swept back delta wing design as well.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah.
was already a Lightning made by someone, right? Was it Aerosoft, I think?
I'm not sure. It could be Milviz.
I mean, sorry, this is the Aerosoft. So I think it was Milviz.
Milviz, I think, might have done one. I can't remember exactly.
Mr. Rob Skip would know. He's the fighter extraordinaire.
Damn, look at those wings.
Crazy, right?
Ah.
How does this thing even fly? Power.
It's one of the rare jet fighters with two pilots sitting one next to the other.
Hey, yeah. Side by side. Some nice texture work.
Mhm.
Real nice texture work. Oh yeah. Looks a bit complex as well.
Trackback compatible? It doesn't say.
I believe so. Ooh, yes. Yes.
Aha,
Beautiful.
excellent.
Look at these liveries too. Gosh, that's gorgeous. Wow, look at that. Yeah, this is absolutely stunning, man. This is somebody else's P3D now. That's really clean. I've known about this one for a while. Can't wait. Love the lightning. And it's tac packed too, says Mr. Rob Skip. Well, there you go, Mr. Rob Skip virtually with us. I love it, dude. Thanks for throwing that in, Rob. My man. Very nice.
Testing it.
Yeah, he's probably testing it. All right, moving on. Next topic. This one's submitted by ORBX via Ivana Fly. FTX Scotland Service Pack 4 coming soon for the ORBX Scotland region. Well, gosh, we've got a few people that can take this one on. Who would like to do this one? Mr. B, I choose you. And you can pass the baton as needed.
Well, I love the ORBX Scotland thing. The only thing that perplexed me a little bit about this update is there's a new major bridge around about where I was born. It's due to open in the next few months. And as opposed to them including it, they've chosen to direct you to a freeware site to add that. And I was a little bit perplexed by that response from them. I think they should include it in, so you're not farting around going looking for freeware to add to your ORBX pack.
Do you think it was a licensing thing? A bridge, you may, I don't know though, you may have to, or be able to like license use of the likeness of your bridge.
Yeah.
Is it a pretty wicked looking bridge? Is it like the Golden Gate Bridge?
It's an amazing looking bridges, the three of them together. Now they do include the first two bridges, but the third bridge they don't. Having said that,
sounds like
I've gone to the freeware website.
I do like the last shot. I do like the last shot. It's very, very nice. I think Mr. B would appreciate the last shot as well.
What's it got? Iron Brew in it. The Iron Brew Factory.
So I don't know, man. I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest. I'm looking at these screenshots and I'm not impressed.
I've never seen them looking so bad, actually.
I've never seen such bad ORBX screenshots ever.
I
Like,
think
what's
they're
going on?
I think they're highlighting the points of interest and sort of,
So they've
low
not-
res on the list.
So they've not touched the resolution of textures, or it's not this bad? I don't remember it being this bad.
Nah, it's never been this bad.
The thing about Scotland, ORBX Scotland's compared to ORBX England, is Scotland really is poor. This is going to be a good update.
Yeah.
I mean, the representation of Glasgow itself with the SECC, Squinty Bridge, these are major points in Glasgow that was omitted from the previous versions.
It's really good to see that they've not just let the program, the add-on fester away to nothing. The fact that they've still got hands on, eyes on, that's always encouraging.
Interesting. I'll have to wait for it, I guess. I don't know. It's like I look at this and I'm like, this would be such a pass for me. Like, I don't know. I would look at this and I'd be like, pass. But
scroll right down to the bottom of the page. It's,
How
maybe Scotland really looks that way.
Is that what Scotland looks like, Mr. Weejohn?
It does on a Saturday morning after about 20
What the fuck? It's the Loch Ness Monster?
Told you it was real.
Okay, I'll buy it. I'm sold. Oh, Nessie. Oh, Nessie.
It'll probably never appear in the product, They'll expect people to fly around looking for this thing.
It won't appear in the product, but it'll sure as hell appear in our thumbnail.
It did.
It definitely will.
Amazing. All right, moving on. Next topic. This one's submitted by Mr. Noodle. The Boeing 707 released for X-Plane 11. Mr. Noodle. What you got? Look at this work of art. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is nice.
Primo. I'm having this one.
It's got the exhaust tips as well, man.
You know, for me, that is just so nice. That is the very first plane exactly I ever flew in.
Oh,
in real
really?
life. And but the thing is with it, and I found out with it, there's another. Is it Captain Sim that does it?
I thought you were a test pilot for the Wright brothers, Mr. B.
Yeah, this plane just so complicated. I just so wish I could fly it. You know, I really do. I would love to do that.
You know, Mr. B, I'm the same with the 707 in Captain Sim. I'm just terrified.
Easy.
I'm terrified.
It's easy. It's easy to fly.
I would
man.
love
What's
to
wrong
be able
with
to fly it.
Here's a manual for
you? Do you know what? Do you know what I need for this?
Oh,
Doug?
no, there's not.
What I need for this, though, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this, and I need the Led Zeppelin livery. I need the Led Zeppelin livery for it, and then I can have my proper rock and roll plane.
Mhm.
I've got photographs actually sat in that seat when I was 11-year-old,
Wow.
and I would absolutely love to be able to fly it.
What if that weather radar works?
Yeah,
one of my ambitions when I started with Flight Sim was to recreate the flight from Prestwick Airport to Toronto in this aircraft. So maybe one day.
I'm
What is
sorry.
the weather radar
I'm
work?
really sorry, but that looks like an AI airplane.
Yeah, what the heck's going on? And then look inside the engine, it's as shiny as the outside.
Yeah, it looks. The shot isn't the
What's
best.
happening?
So you know, it's just like what we just saw
It's
previously to this.
It's like zombies.
That shot is reminiscent of what we just saw with the ORBX things. Things look washed and not very good. So this could be. I believe this is the first release for these people and whatnot. So having a good sense of taking good shots, making sure the resolution's there, it's probably something that they're not accustomed to. So for me, I give them a pass on that, because really it's a different thing when you see it as a still versus what you're going to see once you actually have it moving and operational in your sim. So
Wing flex, including all 4 engines flex. Tested by double retired 707 Captain Charles Rains and single retired First Officer Alex Denton. What are we talking about price wise here? Let's see. 30
Not for sale.
not yet,
30.
but it's
30.
it's coming.
I hope they didn't code. I hope they didn't code the airplane the way they wrote their feature list.
Yeah.
I hope.
Well, I don't have X-Plane, but I would say I would be on the fence on this one. Personally, I think it would be do lots of research, maybe even wait for somebody to buy it and stream it or do a review to make up my mind. What do you guys think, X-Planers?
Yeah,
I
if they
think it'll go well.
If I get the livery I want, then definitely.
I think it'll go well just due by the features that it's covering everything that's available. We're talking about standard navigation, you're talking about the SIVA navigation, and a rudimentary FMC. So those 3 bases are covered for your type of flying. You can't snooze at that. Plus, it's only $30. And if the switches at the flight engineer station, if those are all fully operational, which I would suspect they are, because you need to start it up properly, that's well worth $30. Well worth $30.
From the technical aspect, yeah, I feel you. Moving on, next story, the JRollon BAE Jetstream 32 gets X-Plane 11 ready. From what I understand, this plane is very popular in X-Plane 10. People are very excited to see it coming to X-Plane 11. Even though here it looks like a cardboard cutout and you can see straight through the windows at an angle at the trees on the other side.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way it is, though.
Maybe it's like a cardboard cutout. I don't know. No, it is a good looking plane though. So I'd assume it's just
Carenado have just brought out the Phenom 100. It's very similar to that in its. No, because this is prop, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
the
it's a prop.
styling is very similar. The styling is very similar.
That's
Nothing
a nice little
matches the
shuttle.
lighting. Nothing matches the lighting in the cockpit at night in this airplane. The pictures that you just showed was absolutely insane. Look at the artificial horizon. There's an actual shadow on it. That's amazing.
Huh. There is. Yeah, it's really
And I
nice.
actually own this plane, and I have flown it.
Yeah, what do you think?
It's an amazing plane. Absolutely amazing.
Amazing for $34.95. Amazing. You give a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb up.
I give it 2 thumbs up, actually.
Okay. There you go.
And if it goes to plane 11, upgradable, yeah, for free, yeah. And the same with the JRollon, CRJ 200, free
Yes.
update to X-Plane 11, yeah. Take that, Carenado.
Yeah, get that, Carenado. Get wrecked.
Get wrecked,
Yeah.
he said. Get wrecked. All right, thanks, guys. Moving on to the next topic. This one's submitted by Mr. Tarpoon. Thank you, sir, and welcome to the family. A recent new patron. SceneryConfigEditor, a freeware utility for managing your scenery.cfg. This topic came up in the Discord when discussing things to do to kind of reduce VAS usage. And I mentioned SimStarter, and Mr. Tarpoon mentioned this utility. I think it's pretty great, and the key is it's freeware. Anyone here have any experience? You
I
use
have
it?
this.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, it's quite
It's an old
simple. You
software.
can. It's very similar to what the way SimStar works, where you can group things.
Yeah.
So you can group all your ORBX stuff, and you can group all of your custom scenery or whatever. And you can do that with this as well, and you can turn it off instantly. Save it. That's a setting saved. Go back to it. Turn it on. Hit the save button. Your configuration's back. Very simple. Very easy to add sceneries and configure them. Just drag them, drop in. Yeah.
So
very
you can
simple. I like
you can
it.
move them, you can activate and deactivate.
Yep. Well, you know what it's like. You know, you've got some scenery and you want to move that to the top because you want to make that a priority.
Right.
In Sim, you've got to go one at a time, up,
Right.
up. This, you just say, I want to move that to position number 1.
Oh, that's
Done.
nice. Cool. Well, always happy to have free utilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Or you can,
cool.
as I said, you can group things. So you can group all your ORBX airports and just move that whole group in one lump.
Or if you're flying a heavy, you can group all your ORBX vectors and all your ORBX regions and just disable them to save VAS.
Turn them off.
And enjoy your flight
Yeah.
free. Cool. Well, on that topic of this post brought to you by me, VasoGraph, a free VAS graphing utility. This was part of my arsenal, I don't know, maybe about 2 P3D versions back or so. It's a fairly old software, freeware. I haven't used this in forever, but I saw it pop up recently again on a Facebook group, and I figured it was time to share it with everyone as well, especially those that are incredibly obsessed with OOMs and VAS, namely Mr. B. Crawley 57. Yes, now you can graph it out too, so you can make artwork and sell prints and put it on walls. Cool utility.
The thing is, it would be
completely
handy.
free.
It will be.
Definitely.
It will be handy because if can you monitor this live? Is
Yes.
this drawn live?
Yes.
It is drawn live.
Yes.
So when you're going over particularly heavy scenery, you can see where that VAS increases, where it drops off and recovers.
Yeah.
If it drops off and recovers, and you can get an idea of what areas are really VAS heavy and which ones aren't.
Yeah, so this is essentially, I did a test recently with the latest drivers, leaving my plane loaded up with AI at a custom airport. Started this up, let it go through the night, and just basically saw that it was a fairly flat line across the evening. And that's exactly like the use you want to have with this. is really just sitting there monitoring this VAS usage. So really cool utility, completely free. Head over to AV Sims library and scoop it up if you're into stuff like VAS. Hopefully that'll be in the past soon enough. Moving on, next topic. This one's submitted by Mr. Crawley, Mr. B. Crawley 57. RF scenery buildings, LIPY, Ancona Falconara airport released. One over at Flight Sim Store. Looks like this is Italy. Let's have a peek over at the site, yeah? Check out some screenies. Oh, we have no screenies? There we go. Yes, give us the screenies. Oh, hello, Flight Sim Store. It's been quite a while. I haven't seen you in a very long time. Since ORBX Direct, basically.
Too much.
That's a fact.
I like their sceneries. I think I've got, of theirs, I think I've got Verona, Florence, and Catania.
Yeah?
And they're all really good airports. And I think, yeah, this will be one that will be going into my basket.
That blending work was absolutely beautiful. It falls right into the area, man.
They got some nice features on their airports.
That's a pretty elaborate building and really well done.
Nice textures on the ground, etc.
Billboard. Oh, look, they've got the rail posts. Pretty cool. Up and down the railway. Oh yeah. Now let's look at price. This is definitely looking like a quality piece of scenery here.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Right? Yeah, it's looking good, man.
Yeah, the most important thing on the tarmac, everything looks sharp. Outside the boundaries, it's a bit blurry, but that doesn't really matter.
UPS, DHL. Do we have FedEx?
Better have.
They got fed up.
FedEx got fed up. They rolled out.
They left.
Look at the surrounding areas. Very nicely placed auto-gen. And
That's, yeah.
very nice blend, as Mr. B
Yes.
says.
Do you remember that we were flying the other day, Sparky, and I landed at one of the Italian airports and I had a different version to you?
Yes.
That different version was RF as well.
Yeah,
Very
this
good.
is a nice
Really
piece of
happy.
scenery, man. This is really, really nice. All right, let's look at price. Hey, $20 club. Now we're talking. Look at that.
Well in, yeah.
$16.49. So this is going to be on my wish list. Very cool. Most excellent, Mr. B. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right, now a little bit of fun. Well, let's do this. Let's go into the SkyMaxx Pro, shall we? And then we'll jump into the fun. SkyMaxx Pro 4.5 is coming. Any SkyMaxx Pro users? Oh, Mr. Perry, you're laughing. What is it, Mr. Perry? What you got, huh? Thoughts? Yes? Thoughts?
Meh.
Meh?
Too many problems. So I'll pass on this one. Let someone else go.
I don't have SkyMaxx, and I don't have the other one, so I can't comment.
I have it. I will not go back to it. What I liked it at first. It was the only thing available, but unfortunately now you have to have SkyMaxx. You need to have the real weather connector, and then your weather generator. So in essence, 3 bits of software, and yet you can just buy the competitor, the new one on the block, XEnviro, and everything's all in there.
Oh.
So, yeah, so you don't have to worry about all that. You don't have to buy 3 separate products. And there was the price point with the XEnviro. Oh, it's too much, but remember what you paid for with SkyMaxx, real world connector, and your weather generator. I think the lines have drawn on this now for the staunch supporters of SkyMaxx and those who have moved on and experienced an XEnviro. I personally won't go back to it. It was great, but I'm just not up for using 3 different pieces of software to do what one can do.
There
in
are
terms
some...
of
Go ahead.
In terms of user customizability, though, Xenviro is incredibly limited when it comes to user customizability. And I'm coming from the P3D side with Active Sky. I understand it's not the same thing, but how is SkyMaxx Pro customizable? How's the level of customizability on it?
There are a lot of sliders and such in there to do it, of course. So if you're looking at it from that standpoint, then yes, SkyMaxx does beat Xenviro for now. But Xenviro is a brand new product, and I'm sure they're going to have a lot of the same things as they progress. So I'm sure people who, out there who are the staunch supporters will bash it. Oh, well, you don't have enough sliders to do this, that, and the other. Yeah, but it's a new product. It needs to grow.
Can I just say one thing? For somebody who doesn't have a weather engine in X-Plane 11 yet, which I don't, but I'm planning on getting one. What I want out of a product is I want to load it up at my airport or wherever I am and look out the window and the weather be the same.
Yeah.
No sliders, no messing with things. I just want to load it up, say real weather. I want that weather for here. And it's the same as I've got outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had a problem with Xenviro, or either one, but see, with using SkyMaxx and having my own separate weather generator, that came down to that separate weather generator. You can't even factor in SkyMaxx at all. You couldn't even, that was just for clouds and the looks. Versus Xenviro, it has it all built in. There are some sliders in there right now. It's very minimalistic, sure, but what it has right now really is a huge improvement. But again, it is, it's a freshman.
It's a $40 piece of software, and you still need other things to go with it to kind of complete a package that exists elsewhere.
Right.
All in one.
So that's the problem. So again, it's now coming down to two camps. That's what it's coming down to.
From someone that doesn't use it, from somebody that simply looks at it and has to say, oh, it's pretty, or oh, it's not. There were some nice screenshots in there. I generated some nice clouds. But at the same time, on the completely opposite side of that coin, there were some pretty bad cloud renditions in there. Some of the low-lying stuff looked like really high clouds, but rendered down near the ground with the mountains poking up, through the clouds. There was nothing soft there like it would be in real life. But that's just outside observation, right? That's all I have to add to that. But moving on, the Lilium Jet, world's first all-electric VTOL plane. VTOL, vertical takeoff landing. This is
scary as hell.
Crazy.
Wait, what? Electric?
Electric. All electric, bro. Check this. Yeah, my new car, right? Exactly, Pear.
How many batteries is it going to take to fly a plane?
We believe in a world in which everyone can fly anywhere, anytime.
I don't think so. It's not a good idea.
No. So their thought is that you'll be able to call this thing, for example, like an Uber. Right? So you can call for a plane to come and pick you up, and it will be outside your gate waiting for you. You get in, it picks you up on a set path and flies you to your destination. That's their...
Yeah, if it's all automated, that's... Yeah.
Right? Like a drone. And you know how that world works, right? With the drones. Right? You can even plot things out on Google Maps these days, and a drone will just follow that path. That's what they're looking to do.
Yeah. But you can't fly anywhere anymore with drones. So I can see where they gonna invent an airspace for that.
Yeah, wait for it. That's real.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
That's real.
They're off the Hill Valley.
And automated, there's no pilot in there.
They'll be the Teslas of airplanes.
Yeah, the new Tesla flying cars.
Top speed 300 kilometers.
Yeah, that's deadly. I want to see races with those.
Range 300 kilometers. Seems a touch unstable, but it's doing pretty low speed stuff.
Well, for first flight, it's not.
So yeah, this is
the concept of it is very potential. The potential is very nice.
Neat, huh? Definitely crazy.
Yeah. Elon Musk is there in this.
Elon Musk.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Jetsons comes to life.
Yeah, the Jetsons.
I was thinking more of the Back to the Future car.
Oh, the
Hill, 88 miles an hour.
The DeLorean.
Yeah.
All right. So as we near that hour mark, moving into a new category of this show. We had so much freeware get released this week that we figured we'll just throw it all into one category and kind of announce it to you. We have the show notes down below. You have the website to go look at. You can get all the links you need. From the top, submitted by Mr. B. Crawley 57, we have the Heron's Nest freeware V2 available. I flew this software. I flew this scenery. It's absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. It really is. Mr. B, I think you did as well, yeah?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's Sky 5 all around with this. So run out and grab that if you haven't already. Links are down below. Also, GG Milviz making the JU-87 Stuka completely free. Old fighter plane, I think it was. I have not grabbed this one yet, but I am definitely looking forward to doing so. I think
it's a bomber.
The bomber?
The classic
it's a bomber.
It's a bomber. The classic Stuka had a siren on the front.
Siren, yeah.
So you know when you hear the down. I hope that's modeled.
That's awesome.
German precision bomber.
Exciting. I'll definitely be grabbing that one as well. Submitted by Mr. Steve Simmons, 1958, Freeware Airports Pack Find. Jordanian airports, RJAF bases. I flew this in today's show. Definitely great freeware. Go out and grab this. It's over at one of the VAs. 3 different air bases, all within about I think the furthest distance is about 250 nautical miles. So great for a show. I flew my F-16 out of one base, out over the water, and then down to another base. Beautiful freeway.
I was very impressed with that Jordan airport. Very impressed.
Yeah, they're real nice. So thank you, Mr. Simmons. Great find. Folks, if you have finds like that, please post them in the forum so that we can spread the word, because we need developers like this feeling the love so they can keep developing like this. And on the topic of developers developing free, my goodness, ORBX releases freeware. FTX LSGK Sanin Airport. Looks like this is just outside of Innsbruck, yeah? Just outside of Innsbruck. So about 90 kilometers from Innsbruck. So link is down below. Go out and grab that. In the sales category, everybody should chuckle here. Look, their heads are shaking.
I've spent enough money, man.
The Aerosoft CRJ. I never thought I would be saying that on this show. The Aerosoft CRJ. 10% off pre-order discount. Now this is worth clicking. They say, love you, Matthias, but they say this product will be released on 22nd of June of this year. Now, yes, moving on, next topic. Down into the worth mentioning section. We're going to fly through these. X-Plane 11.01 B1 Beta 1 has been released. Any warnings, guys?
Not that I've found yet. Not that I've found yet.
Cool. No warnings. Should be safe to update. FTX Innsbruck already gets an update. Sorry, Mr. Noodle, go ahead.
I was going to say, keep in mind, it is a beta. So if you download it, just beware you could have a compatibility issue or something.
So you're not forced to get this then?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Okay.
You have to
Cool.
opt in.
Okay.
It does fix the cockpit lighting issue mainly.
Okay, so there's a cockpit lighting issue. Okay, gotcha.
Not like Chase Plane where you're forced into updates.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it's alpha, right? And it's always being developed, so it's okay. You're not in beta yet. We've got FTX Lowy update. So Innsbruck gets its first bump up. Oh no, that's not even its first actually. I think it's been through one already. But anyways, 1.05 for Innsbruck. Run FTX Central 3. Grab that. Aerosoft Madeira X Evolution updated to 1.03. If you own Madeira, grab that. OMC Gladbeck and Step Bombed N5. That is an Aerosoft train. But you like my
Bloody Germans crap.
Strachbahn.
No, it's Strassenbahn.
Strassenbahn.
He knows.
Yeah, Strassenbahn. Airport Zurich V version 2.0 for X-Plane updated to 2.02. Who makes this? Who makes the Zurich? Is that Aerosoft? Ooh, it is.
Interesting. I have that one.
Cool. Well, it's been updated, my friend. Missing all asphalt has been added. Static aircraft have been added. Animations plugin added. Textures updated to 11. Animated hangar. Hospital helipads.
It's only for the Steam version at the minute, it says underneath.
Oh.
It's only for Steam.
This version is hot and furry Steam. No, that doesn't.
Heute means now. So this version is now only available for Steam X-Plane 11.
You speak German?
Is that right, Noodles? I do, yeah.
It's been a while now. I can't. I would need my.
These version
Mr.
weird.
B. Crowley and sprechen die Deutsch.
Yeah, he does. Man, well,
It's been too long for me.
I love
It's
it.
been too long.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up this episode of On Approach. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks to our newest host, Mr. weejohnj. Ladies and gentlemen, looking forward to your news this week. From all of us here at the Sky Lounge, Sky 5.
Sky 5.
63, climb maintain 13 down.
13,000, Tempo 63.
463, contact the New York Center 128.3.
28 for Agent Blue 6, Canadair.